AMCAO is a gathering of the ministers responsible for water affairs in the 55 member states of the African Union. Our work is based on convening our political leadership, mobilizing action to implement our activities, and also reporting to our heads of state on the pursuit of their water and sanitation goals and commitments. I think for Africa, it's an immense opportunity. 25 years into the series of World Water Fora and also the World Water Council holding this, it returns to Africa for just the second time. Over that period, every forum has had solutions, has had commitments made, and we've been part and parcel of that process and also the implementation. When we come to Dakar, we are talking about the forum of responses. We've got our challenges, and I think bringing this forum to Africa gives us or brings these ideas and these challenges to the fore, because where we've had what we are doing together, we are now having an opportunity to bring it to the world stage, but with the African perspective. We're talking about cooperation, we are talking about regional integration, we are talking about peace and security, and we are talking about aspirations of economic growth and social transformation. All these elements are based on water. Or will have water as a key element to achieve them. But at the same time, the profile of water in our socio-economic development planning is still low. So for us, this gives us the opportunity that as we look to Agenda 2063 or we look to the Sustainable Development Goals 2030, let's also realize this one key element that we cannot do out to achieve all of these commitments that at the moment is not given the attention that it would seem necessary to do so, or looking at it from the other perspective, the commensurate funding to make everything possible to close the loop on achieving the aspirations that we've set ourselves out to do. Because for us in Africa, peace and water are more or less intertwined. Think about it. We've got how many river basins have we got in Africa, and how many of those belong to a single state by itself? And even within a state in itself, where a river or a basin of a river falls entirely within a single state, how about the communities that share this resource? So for us, peace and water are intertwined, because if there is no agreement or we don't see eye to eye on how we utilize this shared resource, there will be conflict. Where there is conflict, there won't be peace. So for us, the theme and how we look at this is very clear. It's a no-brainer for us. For us, Speak Up Africa will be a key partner. We've been cooperating in the past, but more or less on an ad hoc basis. By formalizing our arrangements or the way we are going to work together, I think it gives us an opportunity to choose the common ground on the areas that bring our strength together and then implement those. So for me, looking at Speak Up Africa and their strength in communication and their strength in advocacy and their strength in reaching the powers that be in the member states where we need to do some of our work, it's an opportunity. It's a partner that complements the strength of AMCAO and a partner that we would like to see working with us closely. We are talking about, I think, part of the area where we've specifically started our cooperation is on accelerating access to safely managed sanitation. That is an area that requires advocacy, because as I was talking about raising the profile of water, raising the profile of sanitation in our planning is even a bigger challenge than what it is for water. So a partner that has got this capacity, the knowledge resources, the access, the communication and networking is a partner that we would like to be associated with and would like to be working with to get this message across and also to get the objectives of our utilizing of the ASPGs out to the fore. Well, I think perhaps before I answer that question, I'll give you the role that AMCAO plays. Our role is a facilitator's role. We convene the political leadership because that's where we report to directly, but we also coordinate implementing partners on the actions they have to do to translate our continental policy initiatives into action in the member states. We also work with development partners to support the implementation of these activities, all these priorities that have been identified at continental level. In much the same way, our interest is reporting on the numbers of the benefits or the impact of our activities at community level. So when you look at it from that perspective, what we can do with Speak Up Africa is not for me, looking at it from that perspective, there can be many areas of collaboration or many components where we can work together on different things without necessarily restricting it to one specific area. So I would like to work with them on a broader range of issues depending on the strength they bring to the table, and also in much the same way, how I can also bring their issues to the political leadership that I report to, and mutually be reinforcing each other's work. So that's how I would want to look at it. For me, I've been privileged to participate in a number of events or a number of gatherings like this one, where we come up with brilliant solutions. But then when we leave these gatherings, I think not equally as much action follows from these brilliant solutions. So these brilliant solutions are lost. For me, coming out of this World Water Forum, I would hope for implementation of at least one of those brilliant solutions that makes an impact at the community level, so that when we meet the next 3 years from now, we can report on that and then take on something else. I don't believe in numbers of solutions or brilliance of solutions. I believe in the reality of those solutions and the benefit it brings to the people that we are supposed to be serving. And if I can be able to achieve that out of this forum, I'll consider it a success for me and for also the organizers. So for me, that would be the only thing that I would add. Let's get out of here and go and act on the resolutions, on the commitments, on the solutions that we've generated during this gathering and meeting of minds.